You said 30 seconds.
Let me tell you. Joel, I'm not seeing the numbers on the screen.
Refresh, man. Just refresh.
All right. So the queue gonna come up and wait for 10 seconds?
No, we're just gonna go in.
Okay.
You queue us in then.
All right. Just tell us. We're no, with 5 seconds.
You're already
We're live?
Yeah.
All right.
Give us our cue.
Good afternoon and greetings to all my listeners and viewers out there on the Primal 4K app. Fit FM 96.7, Facebook, YouTube, the World Wide Web. Welcome you all to Primal Sports Center. I'm your host, Dale, and alongside me,
I'm Kane the Schwab watching.
we also have to big up Frog is also in studio and our producer, Mr. Moo Young.
Controversial boss himself,
Yes,
yeah.
we're all here again.
That's the tag he goes by on this show, you know? Yeah, so, you know, interesting lineup again as usual. You know what time it is. Time for Primal Sports, where we break down what went on in the week, our highlights, and
what to come.
And what's going on currently now. And what's the lineup for today's show there?
Well, we'll be speaking with one, Clive Johnson. He's an international white badge table tennis umpire. You know, he's one of us. And he will come on in just about 5 to 7 minutes. And he's going to discuss the world of table tennis in the umpires, the perspective of being an umpire.
Yeah, because when we really break it down, you know, and we look at, we interview coaches, athletes, but even in around the sports, we have their officials, administrators. So we like to get the viewpoint of people all across sports, because it's not about just persons who are competing, but to compete, you have to have umpires and officials, referees. So today, it would be interesting to hear his take on what umpiring is like, and that again is a part of sports.
And
why
you choose to go down that?
Because for me, I couldn't be an umpire. Just for me, I find it hard to even be a coach. But I'm learning it as you go along. I never say never, because the older you get, you venture into certain things, and who to tell? I can become an umpire in the future. Even people taught me to become the next president of the Table Tennis Association. Growing up, I don't see myself as president, but I mean, I'm a bit more polished. I think I could do the job, you know? The controversial boss taking me up in his tables to, you know, the president, because he was once the president of the Jamaica Table Tennis Association.
Vice president. He was actually the president. He wasn't
the president.
He wasn't really the president, but hold on. He was a vice president, but he was a president.
You're talking about on paper. We know he was the president of the association at one point in time. So, I mean, in life, you wear many hats and you learn along the line. So, he was a player before, Clive Johnson, and he's now an umpire. I know he still plays here and there.
International umpire. And I know you guys been to a lot of international tournaments, and you would have seen Clive Johnson umpiring the biggest of matches in tournaments, Marlang, all of these top class players.
He's been tournament referee, he's been umpire, for years now.
Referees are unseen people. You know, they're just in the background, but they're very important people. Because, you know, without an umpire, you don't feel like a match. You know that, right?
Yeah. Because even with me, I mean, Peter beats me all the while when there's no umpire.
But
once there's an umpire, I don't know if I rise to the occasion or he's afraid of an umpire. But I think I rise to the occasion. I like to see umpire. I like to see the official scoring. Because when I play Peter, score 5-4, 6-4, 4-3. I'm like, Peter,
rush the score.
The score is my 7, your 3. How you get 5-4? I'm just trying to show me off. So you see the importance of the umpire, because Peter can never call the correct score. You know? And he know the score. You know? Don't feel him don't know the score. You know? So
it drive up the stakes, man.
Drive
it up. It makes it more important.
You said they're kind of unseen.
Of course.
But they're very vital.
And you imagine you're there for a match. Some of these matches last for even 1 hour, and you just sit down the whole time.
Even so, there's more to it than that, because before you go out there and play the match, you have to check in. You have to check in your racket. You have to make sure the racket is legal. You have to get match-worthy balls. You have to make sure the air is safe and ready for play. The net, the height. I mean, the table is good quality. You have to make sure. So it's not just going and just flipping over the score, flipping over the score. That's not what umpiring is about.
And also calling the faults, giving red cards. Giving yellow cards.
Because Peter have illegal served over the table. On tour, I've seen umpires
Yeah, umpires joke Pete up on tour.
Yeah, I've never been called for a
I've
foul
heard
before.
Jamaican umpires too.
Well, we're not getting into that. that's
Point.
Oh boy.
But I
But,
tell you, of course. But as is a very unique job. You know what I mean? You sit
and
down
the
there.
patience.
Yeah, man.
And to be there all day, it's tough. My hats off goes off to all these international umpires. And I mean, when we break it down, not only table tennis, but in other sports, to ref a football match, to ref a volleyball match,
Yeah.
a lawn tennis match, when you have characters out there like Djokovic and Nadal with him rituals and all of that, to manage all these players and characteristics and
Taking
elements
abuse,
out there.
verbal abuse
Oh
and all
gosh,
kind of-
because I mean,
yeah.
I've been at tournaments where I have to call for a change of umpire before.
Yeah.
Saying I'm not playing with this umpire and create tantrum and all that. That was in my younger days, but as I said, the older you get, you tend to realize how things pan out and how things are. But
No, we're still on the topic of table tennis, Kane. We heard you guys just mentioned about the Pan Am Games, the table tennis, and Cuba.
yeah,
Cuba doing big things in the Pan Am Games.
yeah,
It's in Santiago, Chile, right?
in Santiago, Chile, Pan Am Games, and we're very close to table tennis and table tennis people. And one such Cuba with their performance down there, Cuba is doing, I mean, remarkable job winning gold in the men's doubles, the mixed doubles, and a silver medalist in the men's singles silver medal. So I mean,
that's big. That's a big achievement.
Big achievement. I mean,
Pan Am is the entire Western world, you know? And for Cuba, for Cuba, a country that everybody's saying that's poor and suffering in terms of, and to accomplish that in table tennis, that is not.
And the
an easy
Pereira
thing.
and Jorge Campos.
Yeah.
I mean, been playing for years now, and to see where their journey, and to go to the Pan Am Games, which is all of this region, and some top level players. Andy Pereira, the men's singles silver medalist, beat 3 top 100 players on his route to the finals, where he lost to a top 5 player. I mean,
in the world,
in
Yuga
the world,
Calderano.
Yuga Calderano. But to beat 3 top 100 players, I mean, remarkable. And
getting the gold medal in the men's doubles.
I've seen them playing tours and fight after fight, and I've been around block for a while now, because even so, when you look at it, I kind of look at both of them, like me and Simon. They've been for Cuba staples for years. And there's, I mean, the work, the ups and downs, and the keep, and the association is with them. And they're saying that we have been too old now, and they were the same age as us.
Of course, the same age.
And they don't get thrown under the bus, but yet still, people want to throw me and Simon on the bus and saying, oh, we're getting old and all that. And look what they're doing for Cuba.
I'm glad you mentioned that.
Yeah.
Trust me, I'm going to go right back to that topic, because I have something to say on that as well.
Oh, yeah.
Because experience is something that you can't pay for.
And I see what they're doing and passing on knowledge, and some young Cubans coming up now as well.
Of course.
Hey,
but
association work with them.
Yeah, exactly.
And Cuba don't have it. And Jamaica
filtering.
Yeah.
You have to know how to manage it and filtering. I don't think you just get rid of this just because you want to replace it. No, I don't.
Yeah,
think
why you want to get rid of Kane Watson? Why you want to get rid of Simon Thompson? I'm hurt, people. I'm hurt. But anyway, that's a topic for after our interview, because right now,
I'm a people out there on Fit FM 96.7, Primal 4K. I want to welcome now to Primal Sports, Clive Johnson, international table tennis umpire. Welcome again, sir. How are you doing, Clive?
Clive, you with us? You hearing us?
I think Clive is at a tournament that's happening right now at Wolmer's Boys. I don't know.
Taking the time from work.
Table tennis tournament. I don't know the exact name of this tournament, but I think it's a junior tournament. So I think he probably have a little bit of noise there in the background with kids. Hello, Clive. Can you hear us? He's not hearing. Mr. Producer, you have to.
You hearing us?
Yes.
Your time to shine, Clive. It's time to kick off the interview. I was wondering if you're having some technical difficulties, but you're hearing us loud and clear now. So, I mean, let's kick things off on how you got involved in table tennis.
Well, I've been involved in table tennis from I was at JC I went JC 78 and from then I've been playing table tennis.
Okay. So
all right. So you were a player. So what made you decide that to make that transition into umpiring, into becoming more of on the official side of things?
Well, I at one point I had stopped playing, and then I became interested in officiating and administrating. And when the opportunity came available for training for international umpires, I got involved, and a number of us were successful at the course, and I was one of those persons.
So, I mean, you always see yourself becoming an umpire? Because I'm wondering, why umpiring? Why not coaching? As you said, why not running for president? Why not? I mean, why umpiring?
Well, to me, it was easier than coaching.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, some people have a knack for some things more than others, because I mean, I can't find myself.
Sorry about the noise in the background.
Well, you're not hearing?
Yeah, I'm hearing you fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
So after doing these courses for umpiring, then I mean, I guess it just took off, and I'm sure out of all those courses, go ahead.
Yes, it took off, and I've been all over the world doing umpiring, and it has been a good experience so far.
Yeah, yes, because I'm sure out of that batch of you gaining this experience, you're probably one of few out of the Jamaicans that go all over or even the Caribbean. Because I go around and see the likes of few people from Trinidad and Barbados, but you're one of, even Jamaica here, you're among with Sanjarete, Maureen Dawson, the likes of those that have been umpiring internationally. But I mean, how did you stick with it? How did it reach to that level where you're now a white badge umpire?
Well, it has been a long task, but as I said, as one of the few persons, not only in Jamaica but the Caribbean, we just go out there and do the work, and once we do a good job at a tournament and you're recognized, you're invited to other tournaments because it is based on an invitation.
Okay. All right. What about a lot of novice out here? We don't know what white badge means, red badge. So just tell us what is white. What's the highest level? What's the highest level?
When we started, we had the white badge and the blue badge, and now we have white badge, blue badge, and now we have the gold. The white badge is the starting level. The persons who initially had the gold badge, the blue badge, only did Olympics. So we had the opportunity to do world championships and all the other tournaments. Now the persons that have the gold badges those are the ones that do Olympics.
Okay.
To get to blue badge and gold, you have to go to a tournament. You have to do additional courses and pass the exams, and also you're being observed while you're umpiring, and we meet what we call meet expectations, and you have to maintain the standard as whether a blue badge or gold badge umpire.
Okay, so hold on, let me get this straight. So the blue badge now, blue badge umpires can umpire at world championships.
Yes, blue badge and gold badge.
Blue badge, and the white badge is just for regional.
Regional, we do all international events. Only the only tournament right now we're not invited to is the Olympics. But we can go to world championships.
You can do. Okay, so that means the blue and the white is pretty is similar, almost close.
Yes.
Okay. So all right. So when are you moving? When are you moving up to the blue badge side? Are you want to jump straight to gold? Or you have to go through the process?
For what we call advanced umpire course, I can take that course and advance to the blue badge, and that will also qualify you to become an international referee.
Okay. So tell us the difference between an umpire and a referee.
Okay, the umpire is the one that do the game in the court. The referee is the person that runs the tournament, operates the tournament on a daily basis. So, for example, I'm at Woolmazir now. I am the referee for the tournament. Normally, for nationals and so on, I'm normally the referee.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So even so, tell us. People think that umpiring is just sitting in a chair and flipping a scoreboard. I mean, we who play the sport in depth, we kind of understand more to it. But explain to us. You said when you do a good job, explain to us a daily routine in umpiring an international tournament. I mean, lay us out your routine and stuff that people don't know that an umpire has to go through or has to do.
What is good and what is bad?
Yeah.
In terms of when you're assessing.
We know beyond
the
time,
umpire.
you know, and all of that.
But
But
you say a good job for umpire.
All about discipline and time management, because for an event, when you go overseas, you have to arrive a day before and you have to go to meetings the day before to prepare for the tournament the next day. And normally, when you do well at officiating during the tournament, you get the opportunity to do later matches like quarterfinals, semifinals, and finals. For me, it has been good so far because there's been only one tournament that I've been to that I've never done a finals. All tournaments that I've been to, I've done quarterfinals, semifinals, and finals.
Hold on. What's the biggest tournament? What's the biggest one you've been to?
I've not. When I went to the first World Championships, I didn't do any quarterfinals or semifinals, but I've done finals in Junior World Championships.
nice.
Pan American Para Games. I've done all the big tournaments you can think of. I've done finals, Junior World Championships. As a matter of fact, in Japan, I remember we had I was in the umpiring the finals, and I called a player for a serve, and the coach did not like that I called the player, and the match was being televised live, and the coach stopped the match, called the referee over, and when the referee observed that what I was doing was correct, he said continue the match, and so these matches are being televised live, and you get these interruptions, but it's all good. So when you know what you're doing, it's okay.
Yes. Yeah, man. I was about to ask you about incidents that you have. We know players get nervous before a big match. I want to know if as an umpire, do you get nervous before a big finals like at the World Championship, the World Junior Championship, the Pan Am Games? You get nervous just like the players?
Oh, normally I don't get nervous because when you're well prepared, I don't get nervous. I just know what I am about and what to do. So in those situations, I don't get nervous because I before a tournament happens and I leave Jamaica, I normally prepare myself and concentrate on the matches.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good, man. That's good. I did not know that you were umpire for these big finals. I think we need to speak more about your accomplishment, because I know right now you're running probably maybe 90% of the tournaments here in Jamaica, and I don't think you're getting the proper what would I call it, recognition for the job that you're doing both locally and internationally.
Because
So
I mean, almost all of these international tournaments I go.
you see Clive.
I say Clive. I
Yes.
just shout out Cookie. I will say I know that, you know. And
Yes.
just give me a little yell, and you're back to your profession. You're professional. Just give me a little acknowledgement, and you're just off to your job. And I always see that and know that, hey, it's good to see a Jamaican amongst, not only for me even playing, but even so as an umpire, you see, amongst those, because I see a lot of Spanish people and a lot of people from all over countries. But when you go, and you say, Jamaican, and we like to be implemented in every segment of life, as you can say, not only table tennis, but I mean, officiating at its best. And I said, so what's the next tournament for you, international?
I'm awaiting word for a tournament that is coming up soon. I have not gotten confirmation of it as yet, so I can't speak to it.
Yeah,
But
okay.
I said I've done not only able-bodied tournaments, but I've done for para, those persons with different disabilities and so on. I have I recently have been to the Pan American Para Games, and just recently I came back from Texas in June, where I did
Yes.
the Para US Open.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so Clive, so you would have seen the level because you've been to the biggest of games worldwide. So you would have seen the level out there. Compare that to Jamaica and what we need to change here to maybe bridge, get a little bit closer to what's out there in the international scene.
I think the main difference that's between the players here and overseas is the level of preparation in terms of time spent on the table preparing.
Yeah.
Because when you look at it, in a lot of matches that I've seen Jamaicans that I've been to, they are closely matched, but the difference is in the preparation and the time taken to prepare for a match.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're lacking preparation. We need to improve on that area.
More time spent in training.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, Clive. So I know you're a busy man. I know you're running a big tournament. Before, just tell us the name of the tournament that you're currently at now.
Well, right now we are doing the Woolmer's Classic Table Tennis Tournament that is being held at the Woolmer's Boys Auditorium.
Yes.
We have completed almost all the round robin matches, and we are currently in the knockout phase. We
Okay.
currently have a semifinals finalist, Malone Bird, in the under 11 boys, and we have some quarterfinals and semifinals to play in the under 19, under 21 Open, and the under 13 and under 15. But the
Okay.
matches,
Clive, I have a question for you to settle a debate we're having here. You know, there are some players who are constantly complaining to the umpire and give a lot of problems when you're umpiring the matches locally. Which Jamaican player would you say give the most trouble for you as an umpire?
well, I think in terms of time wasting, I would say Lamont. He drags his feet a lot.
Yes.
But let me see if I can see. I think most of the players are pretty compliant once they know that you know what you're about.
Yes.
But if they think they can get away with it, they will
Yes.
will do things.
What about the coaches? Because we know the
Coaches,
coaches can be very abusive verbally at times. So what about the
well,
coaches?
to be honest, I don't
Can
want
you
to
actually disqualify a coach though? Because I've never seen it happen here locally. Can you actually get a red card as a coach?
Yes, you can.
And that coach have to leave the building or just leave the area itself?
Or coach.
Yes. And Clive, one more question. As you know, players can always work on improving their services and have cleaner actions for the umpire. Are there any players you'd like to point out for the need to learn to serve more properly?
Apart from Peter Muyong.
Yes, for sure.
Okay, sure. Peter tends to bounce the ball and then toss the ball. What he needs to do is bounce the ball, come to a rest, and toss.
Yes, yes.
That is for Peter.
All
Other
right.
players, their problem is that they tend to serve over the board, or
Yes.
they are serving or hiding the ball mostly.
Yes, yes,
Not
yes.
tossing the ball high enough.
I find that with a lot of the older players because I watched that tournament. I think it was 2 weeks ago, and I saw a player serving under the arm. You know,
Yes.
maybe coming from the 70s. I don't know, but that rule has been changed for quite some time now. Almost 20 years, right? Almost 20 years we had that service rule change.
Yeah.
Yes, and
Even some of the younger players have problems removing the hand after the serve.
Yes.
They tend to keep the hand there and hide the ball.
But Clive, before we go, I've seen you have a new kid named Wan Chu Chin, and I think that he's throwing the ball back. I see a lot of the Chinese. I've been observing them that sometimes they're literally almost serving over the table, and some of them tossing the ball backwards. But I don't see anybody calling them out, Clive.
I think what has happened a lot, I think the Chinese get a lot of pass because I remember watching matches with evil. What's the Penola left-hander name?
Zuzin.
Zuzin. And
Yeah.
Spurs was questionable.
Yes.
But
Yes.
I think a lot of the players they try to get away with things, but if you have a real good umpire, they won't get
Yes.
away.
Yeah, I mean, I guess with years of experience, you know what players tend to do to try to get away, probably with a service, whether it's over the table, whether it's bouncing the ball on the table, not removing your hand. So they're throwing the ball back. Because even so, sometimes I'm at fault for that, for tossing the ball, but not that far back. So sometimes I know there's a leeway to how far you probably can toss the ball back.
Is there a leeway?
Not back.
Is there a little tolerance for the
So
back
throwing
toss?
back, is there a little tolerance there?
The ball has like a loop.
Yeah.
You want the ball to go more vertical. If it goes vertical and goes back, it's okay. But if it has a loop,
This way.
I
Or
get
like
you.
tossing back to the racket.
right? Like
Yeah,
this
some
way.
people to get extra spin. Yeah.
Okay, we just want to ensure because I'm watching the Chinese constantly, and sometimes I think Fang Zhendang is serving over the table, and,
Right.
and even the new left-hand kid 1-2 chain, at times he's tossing the ball kind of backwards.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if they have a little tolerance here because the umpire is not calling it.
I remember going to a tournament in Domrep, and one of the umpires said to me, "I'll prefer you to do that match because this player that is gonna play, he doesn't want to umpire his match because he's afraid to call him, and he knows that I won't be afraid."
Yeah, we know you're a fair umpire based on your history. I've never seen any form of bias from you. So yes, I will second you on that one. You're not afraid to penalize anybody.
Yeah.
So that's a sign. But I want all the best. And I know you say you're going for the blue badge. I think you should go for gold because you've been at white for a pretty long time and you're experienced. I think you just go straight for the gold badge.
Paris is just around the corner.
And Paris is next year.
Yeah. For sure, 2028. I mean, on the trajectory on 2028, you'll be umpiring in the Olympics.
And financially, what about the finance part? You guys are paid people, professionals. You're paid.
We get a stipend. We're not paid. It's a stipend.
Okay.
But it's a good amount of money though, Clive, because I always see you buying the drinks.
Go
ahead.
To buy a drink.
Yeah.
All right, Clive. We won't take much any more of your time. So thanks for coming on Primal Sports and all the best.
Okay.
For next year. All right.
All right. Thank you, Clive.
Yeah.
Cool.
White badge. International table tennis umpire Clive Johnson.
Yeah.
Yes. So they have white, blue, and now they have gold now. So the people at blue move up to gold. And I guess the white and blue can interchange.
It's good, it's a good you get to experience table tennis even as a fan. You get to can you imagine you're sitting right there where the players are playing, the best players in the world, 8 feet away.
Yes,
I mean,
it's amazing. Yeah.
So he should have some kind of understanding of the level and how to get there and what we're doing. Because you can see he's right there.
Yeah, he's right there.
These guys serving way different than Jamaicans, or whatever, the Caribbean.
Well, most of the
fast.
other guys, but some Jamaicans serving internationally.
Yeah, no, he's serving.
Serving over the table.
That top 20 kind of standard. He's supposed to sit down and say, wow, okay, this is what we footwork, whatever the case. So yeah, man, I'm supposed to say everything, man. And not only that, different culture. I'm go all over the world.
Yeah. You travel the world.
Yeah.
I mean, every tournament I go, I see cookie, and I don't go all the tournaments.
And sometimes you don't even know.
I'm just giving you a little. I'm
But
just
staying
professional and just head team station. And
Peter, tell me about before we get into your segment.
Yes.
You were at a qualification, Olympic qualification, right?
No, it was a CSC Games.
CSC
Games.
And the situation that an umpire, a Jamaican umpire.
Yes.
You got a card?
I didn't want to discuss that incident on Flyman,
But you don't have to discuss it.
I've had a case where Kane Watson and I were representing our country, which is Jamaica. And
Jamaica for now.
And I was playing a game against the Guatemalan guy was a favorite for that round of the tournament.
Of course.
And we were 1-1.
Yeah.
I was playing fairly decent, but the guy was nervous too because the cameras were there.
Yeah.
And at but a country that normally lead the world in advocacy, standing up for rights, fair play, we were very cowardly. Congratulations to Hugo Calderano, my friend, on winning the Pan Am Table Tennis Championships. Congratulations also to Marcos Madrid, who was on Primal Sports maybe 6, 7, 8 months ago. Marcos Madrid of Mexico for making it to the semis. These guys have done very well for the region and even for themselves. But Calderano played against Andy Pereira from Cuba in the finals. Very lopsided though. The level of Calderano is world class. Calderano is top 5 or top 6 in the world. And so it doesn't surprise us. But Andy did very well to get to that finals. They upset a number of favored players. USA is missing because Ja is still serving out a drug test ban. I don't want to call it a drugs ban. It's a
missing
drugs,
3 tests.
Yeah, he missed 3 consecutive tests. I don't know how you can miss 3 tests, but he did, and he's serving his sentence, and we'll be back on the road soon. And hopefully there'll be more competition for Calderano, who normally doesn't dominate Pan Am. He don't normally dominate Pan Am. But still on table tennis. WTT Frankfurt, big international tournament playing in Germany. And I mean, I'm watching the TT in Germany. And TT is, first of all, let me agree, there's too much table tennis being played. Week in, week out, these guys playing too much table tennis. But all this has set up. First of all, let me tell you that world number 1 Fan Dong got hit out by a Korean Lim Jong-un beat Fan Dong, and it was a little disappointing. But in the semifinals, we saw new sensation Felix Lebrun meeting Marlon. Marlon finally prevailing to go to the finals. The finals will see Lin Yonju from Taiwan, one of the men with the Chiquita backhand. Return never served the same way with this attacking thing. It's going to be a problem. I think tomorrow, people like to ask me who is going to win. I would love for Marlon to win, but Lin Jun Yu is going to give trouble, especially with his receiving. But I think because the game is over 7 sets, my money is on the Dragon. By the way, that nickname is reserved in Jamaica for me. They call me the Dragon as well. But they also call me the Great White Shark. I don't know what those 2 names mean. But my money is on the Dragon to take Lin Yonju early in the morning tomorrow. Watch out for that. Now, early on this last week, we saw the big fight between Tyson Fury and our boy, Francis Ngannou. And I predicted, I was correct with the prediction, but not correct with how the fight went. Ngannou did himself proud by not trying to be too aggressive, staying away from Tyson. Tyson liked to counter, but Tyson was expecting Ngannou to come forward with those haymaker punches. He has the heaviest punch on earth. It's been measured. Pounds per square inch or joules per kilowatt, whatever you measure punch with. He has the heaviest punch on earth. And so he scored a flash knockdown in the 3rd round. But Tyson managed to stay to the way you call hunt and peck. 2 little jabs and grab. And that was the story of the fight. Tyson Ngannou did himself proud but he has some weaknesses, which all the coaching from Mike Tyson, Mike Tyson probably a better coach than me, but let me tell you what went wrong. Ngannou need to work on his guard. His fists are too far apart and it makes him vulnerable to the jab, right? Because I have martial arts training and you guys know I'm a high level fighter, right? Your guard should be up front. Tyson himself keeps his guard right up front, but Ngannou kept his hands too far apart. And so he was subject to the jab a lot. The good thing that he was doing is the doubling up of the jab. Ngannou keep moving forward with the double jab, which is very effective. One jab and then, but I think he's improved a lot and he is part of the boxing picture now. He's made millions of dollars, more money than he's ever made in one fight. And congrats to Ngannou, but once again, congrats to me for picking the winner, as usual. Jamaican test positive for drugs. The drug is amphetamine, which is not a steroid, but it's amphetamine. It increases the metabolic rate, etc. Run or leave it. But let's keep fingers crossed, because I hear it's just the first test. Waiting to see what the second test produces. And second to finally, penultimately, if you want to know them, Messi is awarded the Ballon d'Or. Did he deserve it? Did he deserve it over Haaland? Did he deserve it over Mbappe? I believe Mbappe and Haaland deserve equally second place. They both did approximately the same thing. But guess what? Come at the moment, come at the man. World Cup final, Messi stepped up and produced world-class performances in every round of the World Cup and has been carrying football on his shoulders for the last 2 years. You would agree with that, Dale? Oh, no, let me ask Kane. Kane, you'd agree with that, Kane? Messi has been carrying football on his shoulders, all football. He's going to break that US market like it's never been broken before. Speaking of broken, I come back to Jamaica and find out that all the pictures of my wall have shaken off. Jamaica got hit with an earthquake. Yeah. And that's all people are talking about. Where were you when the big one hit? But it was just a little 5 point something. I don't know. We were here when they had an earthquake one time, you know. And you saw how calm and collected we were. Yeah. But most Jamaicans were running in the street and crying. Some big men run out of the closet because of the earthquake. We have it on video. One TV host duck under the thing and all kind of thing. It's very funny because, you know, normally if I were here, you would have seen how brave I was, how calm I was in the earthquake. And you know, fellow Jamaicans, look to me as the example next time an earthquake hit. I will be calm and collected, unlike most of us. Finally, Jamaica government contemplated, you know, what can I do to help the poor? What can I do to ease the suffering of the common man? What can I do? That's what governments do. And the government pondered and pondered about, you know, what to do. And they decided to take the tax off GCT of imported horses. Right? No, horse racing is the sport of the rich, the sport of kings. The government of Jamaica is supposed to be looking about the poor, the downtrodden, the disfavored. I believe that a man who owns us and owns several us and who going up to America to bring down prime race horses, pay the tax, man. Why they give that man a break? Minister of Finances, what's his name again? Doctor. Minister of Finance. Drop the GCT of things like rice. Drop the GCT of flour. Nobody is asking you to drop the GCT of horses, man. I think that's a load of hot. That's sports commentary. What say you?
Oh boy.
All right, people. You know, WhatsApp line is now open. 1-876-552-7406. 1-876-552-7406.
That's via WhatsApp only.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a load of horse.
That's good. That's good, man. That tax, a GCT and horse.
No.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. That is why if I had a vote right now, the only politician in the world that I see that I'd have vote for because him speak the language of the people is Vivek Ramaswamy. You know? yeah, man.
Joking.
No, he would have never do something like that. You know, come on. But anyway.
Yeah.
Of course, it does sound good.
A man don't want to pay tax for them horse.
Horse racing, want to mackerel and rice. Want to mackerel and rice and flour and sugar and all them things. Yeah, things that the everyday person need. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Horse racing.
Yep.
That's
Tax.
a good one, though.
I'm saying 3 things sure in life, you know?
Yeah.
To pay tax. Yeah, we don't even get into the race. But I mean, I guess Peter touched on a lot of things in commentary, and one of them was Messi winning his 8th Ballon d'Or. And I see people for it and I see people against it. But I mean, I guess I'm biased towards Messi because I'm a Messi fan. But in short, the Ballon d'Or is what you collectively do over the span of the year. And many people are arguing that Haaland had accomplished more throughout the year versus Messi winning the biggest tournament in the sport, which
Haaland
is
accomplished more.
Well, he won a treble with Man City.
Okay.
Which not many teams do. It's a rare accomplishment, although teams have done it before.
He scored in the finals.
he didn't contribute from the quarterfinals on.
Okay.
He had poorer performances than his usual goal scoring prowess.
In the drive. I remember okay.
But then again, everybody's seen the stats over there, Haaland with so much goals. But I pose this question: Haaland is probably not even the best player in his team over the year.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, because KDB, Kevin De Bruyne, and Rodri is, I think, more instrumental and pivotal in the team. Although what Haaland did is nothing short of remarkable, because you have to be in position for one, and you have to score and finish off. And I think that's what Man City was missing to get them over the hump to win Champions League. And they did. Although he didn't score the goals.
So my point to you, you value the some people think that the Champions League is harder to win than the World Cup. What do you think?
Oh, no way, Jose.
So
Champions League play every year, though.
Every year.
Yeah, Champions League play. Every 4 years you have to wait on the World Cup, and World Cup is blood, sweat, and
people with
tears.
arguments still, and I hear people with arguments. Well, I leave it to the football gurus and to.
And
to
even so,
that
it's
part.
not only. And I guess it's a storyline. We know what Messi been through. I mean, been losing at the World Cup. I mean, and then come now to win the World Cup. But not even the fact him winning, and then the failures before, his performance at the World Cup at that tournament, even though it's over 7 games, the level of play and the way him carry not only the team, the whole country and the hopes. Look how much people in the streets of Buenos Aires.
So the World Cup, obviously, based on his performance, would definitely value more than winning EPL and what else they won? They won the Champions League
and the local cup, FA
Cup.
Come on, it's like you're telling me you win ATP series, but you don't win the Grand Slams. Yeah. We don't talk about ATP series. We talk about the Grand Slams.
Yeah.
Well, you're talking about Grand Prix races and Bolt winning the Grand Prix, and then when the Olympics come, Bolt lose. Yeah. You think we're talking about the Grand Prix?
Exactly.
What we're talking about, Bolt legend status is what?
Yeah, man. It's based on Olympics and world titles.
There you go.
Yeah.
So, and the biggest thing in your sport now is the World Cup, and as I said, his level of play over that
and
tournament.
He won the player of the tournament for the World Cup as well.
He scored in every round.
Yeah.
I mean, assists,
I'm
goals,
not a Messi.
and even so, the way him raise him level of play. I mean, people forget what happened at the World Cup. But then again, I get to realize a lot of these people that are going against Messi are Brazil fans. And you know?
And Ronaldo fans. A lot of Ronaldo fans.
A lot of CR7 fans. But
I think Messi deserve it, though. You know my take on Messi, but I think Messi deserve this one.
And even so, I mean, there is a case for Haaland, but people even so are saying, like, it was a shoo-in for Haaland to win. Like, it wasn't even close. Like, how could he give Messi? There's a
maybe if as you said
it's a 2 hours race.
Maybe if you said before,
even Mbappe had a good season too. If France had won the World Cup, do you think Haaland would have got it? No, Mbappe would have gotten it. If France had won the World Cup, Mbappe would have won the Ballon d'Or.
Yeah, because a lot of
Argentina
people,
win the World Cup,
you know, a lot of
Messi win the Ballon d'Or.
Mbappe was a player at the World Cup.
I don't think so.
You know, but I'm just saying that's all. That's be obvious for him to win.
So if France had won World Cup, everybody would be saying no that Mbappe should have won the Ballon d'Or. But Messi have him haters. But then again, I understand, because I have my haters too out there, and the haters make it greater, And I tell you, what Messi did at the World Cup, and now, to me, this will be his final Ballon d'Or. I mean, seeing that he's going off in the twilight and in the back end of his career. Although I still feel Messi might play the next World Cup.
I think he's going to play the next.
I think he's going to play next, especially in this region. Messi love football. I mean, and then again, we know people in sports, they tend to play past their peak or play when the lights are fading out in the sport.
Especially in this time. You say more and more people staying longer
in sports. And even when you say, like, call it a day, you still go and try again. Because, I mean, as sports people, you tend to just...
Remember Messi retire one time
and come
from
back.
International football.
And Argentina was in the doldrums and them come back and bring them back up. Remember, they lost the first match to Saudi Arabia. Everybody was like, oh, see, I tell you, Messi now, win the World Cup. Oh, and then that goal against Mexico. Yeah. Oh, with Mexico trying to hold him out. Struggling. And then pick up the ball and kick the ball from outside the box. I tell you, precision. Precise. I mean, inch perfect. Oh, come on. I just, right now, I'm thinking, when Messi retire, how sad I'm going to be to watch football. But football must go on. I mean, football is
Our next rising star will come up, man.
it's going to come up, but Messi is
we're waiting
Messi
for that one.
is like a bolt.
Yeah,
Generational talent, man. No matter what persons and human beings like this, trust me. Hands down. You can't tell me say somebody better than Messi play football.
Boy, you bring up not in this generation.
I mean,
not in
people
this
can't
time.
tell me because it's a Pele, they say
Yeah, you have two of them I can talk
Maradona,
about, but
of course.
I
But
do
I'm
agree.
saying for me, this
Once-
generation, what I grew up in. I want to talk
funny enough, there's a lot. I didn't know there's CR fans.
Oh,
CR7.
gosh, man. Yeah.
I never know it's so many of them out there.
But then
So
again-
a lot of people think CR7 is the greatest footballer ever. You know?
no.
I can't understand how can you
But
really.
people have their views, people have their opinions, they're fair to it. Just like
which
how.
TV them watching?
But I'm just saying, the people entitled to their
Which
views.
TV?
I can understand it, but then again,
Manchester City, Manchester United over
Yeah,
there.
man.
Fragging.
But then
Where it
again-
says CR7?
but then again, no one can say that again. Him used to say, there's no way, you have to swallow him words.
Yeah,
There's no
CR7.
way CR7 can be, but CR7 is a good player, don't get me
Of
wrong.
course.
But I get to realize in life, some people play checkers and some people play chess,
Okay. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't know what they're seeing. But I'm just, and some people don't play at all because I can't understand it. It's like Peter going to tell me him win every tournament for the year, and when nationals come, him don't win.
Doing the big one. And
And
then one
Peter,
call himself
and
the
then,
king.
and then say him is the player of the year because he win every tournament. And Peter, you can say that?
Never happened.
Yeah.
No, you have to win what?
You have to win the big one.
You have to win the big one. You have to be what they call it, the great white shark. Why you think you do that? Because why? You have to perform when the time comes. And you have to have title to your name. Messi, 0 the game. Winning that World Cup, and you don't want to send him off with a Ballon d'Or.
Yeah.
Any trophy, just give him it. Just give him
Deserve
it.
it,
Deserve it. And as I said, no shame in Holland. Holland had a good season. And Holland deserved to be in the conversation. But hands down, I see Messi as a clear-cut winner. And again, I don't think Holland is the best player in his team.
Yeah.
Take Messi out to Argentina. What are you going to have?
Yeah,
We're going to see soon. I mean, after the next World Cup. But
yeah, man.
yeah, so I mean, hats off to Messi and his 8th Ballon d'Or. And I mean, hey, well deserved if you ask me.
Yeah, man.
And Holland, well deserved second place. And you're going to have more to win,
course.
to try and
I'm
win.
still young.
I'm
Yeah,
still
man.
young, so.
All right, we're moving to local football. To be precise, we're going to Manning Cup and the Costa Cup. Okay?
Mhm.
We know we're in what the quarterfinal
Quarterfinal stage.
of the Manning
Yeah,
Cup.
yeah. They finished off the round of 16 last week, and now, or earlier this week, now we're in the quarterfinal rounds where we see 2 groups of 4, where 2 advance. And the groups are Stats, Mona, Casey, say Catch It High. That's a tough group. I mean, 2 tough groups. And the next group is JC George's Tivoli Heidel. And action kicks off today. And the match is currently going on now. Don't know the final scoreline, but I mean, by next week, we'll probably know more on how the group is shifting up to see who qualify. But right now, Stats seem to be tournament favorites. Stats, I mean, with their record, have been impressive. But I mean, that's on paper. And I see when it comes to the big names, they always find a way to be there or be in and around the semis or finals. And with the likes of JC and Georges on the next side, and KC, Stats, Mona, Catherine. I go with Stats KC coming out the group. I know Mona will be tough, vying for a position to go to semifinals. And they've been knocking on the door. So too, Stats over recent years been to many finals, semifinals in and around. Some people think it's Stats here this year. I mean, I'm biased towards KC, naturally. KC has a young team nonetheless. But I mean, once they're in the picture, I have to go with KC. But that's due to biasness. But on paper, I think Stats is probably the most rounded team. On the other side, JC George I fancy both of them coming through, and with their, I mean, perennial success and culture of these schools, they always find a way. And winning is a culture and a habit. And once you put yourself in position always there, whether you have bad days or even, say, a weakened squad, they tend to find a way over the hump because of, as I said, that culture.
Yeah, man.
It's like, people always say, oh, why KC when I was going so? Oh, why Calabar when I was going so? Why? Because the culture of these schools, they breed winning. So you you see it and then you want to pass it on. So, I mean, sometimes, as I said, with the schools that don't win as much like the Stats, you need that one breakthrough or that season to lead up to it. And we see where stats in the past 3-4 seasons been around, and this could pretty well be this
in the top,
pretty well
top
could
four.
be their year. So look out for stats.
Yeah.
I mean, look out for JC George, but even so, hey, go out and support the schoolboys. And I mean,
we'll touch a
to me,
little-
it's the best football to watch in the island. It is. I mean, it's the most.
I don't-
it's not the best quality, so to say, but
in
it's
terms,
most.
in terms of excitement, and you know, the alum,
It's equivalent to NCAA in the States.
of course.
So
of course.
our local community, high school sports, track and field, and football is big. And as I said, go out and take in these young gentlemen, and hopefully
Let us talk a little
they
bit
move
about
further past
the
this and-
Costa Cup. I haven't been watching much football, both Manning Cup and the D Cup, but a couple of, well, we all know the big favorite from the Costa Cup side. It will be Clarendon College. You know, the hands down, everybody's saying CC will win, not Cornwall, but Clarendon College. So, and I think the groups are Clarendon, Cornwall, Mile Gully States in one group. Right, you have BB Cope, Happy Grove, Manchester, and Taki. In another group, we have Christiana, Dintil, McGrath, William Ned? In group 3, Froome, Garvey, Maceo, Glenmore, and Port Antonio. Those are the groups. As I said before, I haven't been watching much of the matches, but really and truly, I haven't been watching any at all until this stage. But I know who the favorite is. We all know that it's Clarendon College in the De Costa
I said,
Cup.
winning,
But,
winning is a culture.
Upset, yes.
Upsets can't happen, the ball is
upsets
wrong.
can happen, but
And we sometimes we love the underdog story. We like to see the rise of smaller teams. But even so, hey, it's just good competition.
The word on the street, CC, States for All Island Cup. That's the word on the street.
I mean stats.
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 My bad, stats.
KC, what the KC?
KC has a young team, budding team,
KC
but
have very
and the
young
brave
team.
may fall, but never yield. And once we're there, we have a chance. Because you know, once
But
they
they're
see the
talking
sea
of
of purple.
Stats and Clarendon College for one for Manning Cup and one for the Costa Cup. And you know, Lenny Hyde is a good friend of ours here on the show.
Mona this year?
Mona in the mix.
no,
Mona. I think
Mona-
Mona is up 1-0 against KC now as we speak. So Mona is in the mix. Not sure of the final score line yet, but I think they're definitely in the second half. And the last score I heard, I think Mona was up 1-0. But as I said, matches are going on now, are in progress. So we'll check in with that. And even so, by next week, we have more results and we'll see who is poised to lift the Manning Cup title and the D Cup title. So I mean, hey, it's warming up. It's to the meat of the matter. So yeah.
All right. So let's move on from football.
Even some football, Newcastle beat Arsenal 1-0. Arsenal was undefeated so far. Newcastle beat Arsenal 1-0 to talk about. I mean, we know the EPL fans out there.
Yes.
I mean, a lot of everybody tune into EPL every weekend. I'm a man. I follow all leagues. So, but Newcastle beating Arsenal 1-0 and Bayern destroying Borussia Dortmund. In Dortmund, 4-0, Hurricane with a hat-trick. The English boys tend to be playing some good football because you have Jude Bellingham on the top of him game, Hurricane, the likes of Saka. So, I mean, this might be a golden generation for England to the results we see with the English players all over Europe producing. So, I mean, hey, Hurricane, Saka, what say again? Jude Bellingham. I mean, with that strike force, with so much offense, England might be on the cusp of lifting a title. And hey, we don't want that really. Yeah. But,
all right. So I heard you mention something, and I'm gonna throw this out here. If you think this statement is a little bit is overboard, or it's just not possible for this to be even close to being true. The statement that Michael Johnson made about Jesse Owens being a greater sprinter than Usain Bolt and himself. Is that far fetched? Is it?
I don't think it's far fetched. I think that statement is kind of vague.
Yeah.
In terms of what I when I hear the statement, I'm just thinking he's saying what he has done for the sport.
Yeah.
And I mean, he was kind of a what you call it, a groundbreaker.
Jesse
Owens, you know, seeing that the climate of the sport and where he took the sport, and I mean, being a household name, and plus being a pioneer. He's probably the first man, so it's hard to clinch
As a black man.
as a black man to
Yeah.
clinch somebody who kick off things. It's like, I mean,
That's why Muhammad is also
Muhammad Ali
because
who will
push
for certain things.
Yeah, as
People
a
don't
black
tend to look on the record only because even so,
the actual playing and
pure
the field, performance.
boxing analysts, most of them don't have Muhammad Ali as the greatest boxer.
Yeah.
But in terms of all the accomplishment in and around the sport, outside the sport, Muhammad Ali is the greatest and probably one of the greatest athletes. But when you take into what Jesse Owens did, I mean, it is remarkable. But to say he's greater than Bolt, we as Jamaicans probably be biased towards Bolt. But Jesse Owens was a pioneer. And as I said, it's hard to beat that. So if that's the angle he's taking it from, then fine. But to say he's the greatest sprinter, what Bolt did and how Bolt separate everything, and
I think it's rubbish. I actually think it's rubbish.
I think Bolt is the greatest sprinter
I
of all
think what
time.
Michael Johnson said.
No, I'm just talking in defense of Michael Johnson. What he's trying to say. Jesse Owens.
I won't defend this argument.
It's like people said there wouldn't be Usain Bolt if there wasn't Jesse Owens. That again is rubbish. But people tend to say those. If there wasn't a Dr. J, there wouldn't be a Michael Jordan. If there wasn't a Michael Jordan, there wouldn't be a LeBron.
Yeah,
I mean,
I will defend. I will defend people of the past, but only on the merit of it. But Jesse Owens did not. Usain Bolt won 3 gold medals in 3 different Olympics as a span of 12 years.
No, it can be a span of 8 years. You win the first one, then 4 years, then 4 years.
You had to be training before.
No, you have to start at day 0. But the cycle is not 12 years.
All right, let us say
The cycle
I
is
put
not
that
12
10
years.
years because he had to be training hard for the.
Because if
for
I
the
win
other 2
04
years.
and then I win 08, that's 4 years. Then I win 02, that's 4 more years.
Yeah.
So it's a span of 8 years.
Yeah, but
That's a cycle.
I put it at 10 because you have to be training. And in sprinting is very difficult because it's an explosive thing. And
I thought you said it was easy.
Huh?
I thought you said track and field was basic.
It's difficult in terms of the physical aspect. It's easy because it's a gift that you get. You understand? It's a gift. That's why I always tell people.
They talk about the technicalities.
It's not technical. Sprinting is not technical.
Okay.
I'm talking about the fact that you can stay injury-free for such a long period. That is why Bolt must be by far greater than Jesse Owens.
But Jesse Owens was in a different climate in terms of racism and wars going on and all of that.
And then who did Jesse Owens run against?
But then again, it's, as I say, it's a different.
Jesse Owens ran against people that did not have the gift.
But
did not have the genes.
Do you think
sprinting.
that Jesse Owens would have run 10-1 now in this time?
Jesse Owens would have probably run under 10 seconds.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah,
He wouldn't run 95.58.
This is why.
But he would have run close to 9.7
This is
thereabouts.
why I don't. When people talk about Dan Bradman being the greatest batsman of all time with a 99 average, I think that's rubbish because in those times he was competing against 3 teams.
Yeah.
In comparison, no, we have more teams in cricket, more countries in cricket.
But
you can't compare.
But that's the question. Why you want Dan Bradman to do?
Why other batsmen didn't do what Bradman
Yeah,
did?
why
Why only Bradman did what he did?
Yeah,
that is not his fault?
First of all, he was probably the only professional at that time.
I'm playing against sailors and tailors.
Yeah,
Or like
exactly.
Pele scoring against
But
tailors and sailors and
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Uh,
So Usain Bolt in terms of the longevity and accomplishment, by far, Jesse Owens is no comparison.
I mean,
No
I think
comparison.
Michael Jackson's delusional.
Yeah.
I mean,
but anyway, people.
Depends on the angle you take it from. I mean, I won't knock him necessarily for being just blatantly ignorant. I can't see why I'm trying to say that to say I agree with him.
Sprinter, you know? That means his performance in talking about.
But them say Muhammad Ali is the greatest boxer.
Muhammad is one of the greatest. I think you
So
know.
Jesse Owens is one of the greatest.
I don't know, but he's saying Jesse is greater than.
Yeah.
That's not possible. That's not possible.
So if I said
Both have a gift, you know.
if I said Mayweather is a greater boxer than Muhammad Ali.
Mayweather?
Yeah.
You
Floyd.
have an argument?
Yeah, see, I have an argument there.
No, there's no argument here. There's no record to prove that.
If I say Mike Tyson
How many
is a
Olympic
greater
golds does he
boxer,
have?
if I say Mike Tyson is a greater boxer than Muhammad Ali,
It can be close, but
it can be close,
what
but
Jesse-
people,
no.
some people out there will refute it and say, hell no.
Jesse Owens, how many Olympic medals Jesse Owens
It's a different climate back then.
No, he's nowhere near Bolt. What Bolt
I
did?
mean,
what
it's a different
Bolt
climate
did,
back then.
No, what Bolt did, Jesse's not is nowhere near that.
I'm saying
Nowhere
Bolt is
near
the greatest sprinter.
Yeah,
I'm
he
saying
is,
that.
he is.
But I see what Michael Jackson is
Let me tell you
trying
what
to do.
Michael Jackson is trying to do.
Michael
Mike
Johnson.
Let me tell you what he's doing. He's talking about racism and all the other things that exist back in those times. And I wouldn't want to talk about that. I want to talk about performance and how long you do it for. That's a period right here. And
Different
then again,
times, different times.
Jesse Owens, who Jesse Owens ran against?
I mean,
Who?
who Bolt run against?
Eh?
Who Bolt run against?
Tyson
Bolt ran against
Johan
people
Blake.
that had the genetics for sprinting.
50 years from now, them not gonna remember who Bolt run against.
Right? Both ran against people who had the genetics for sprinting, so it was more competitive. Back in those, if you look at the Jesse Owens race,
It was nobody.
it didn't. Jesse did not compete against the real people because of racism at the time. Period. But anyway, people, we'll get back to this.
Yeah, we get back to this.
Froggy, it's time for Froggy in 5. Take it away, Froggy.
Thank you guys again. Big up the first people in Radio Land, especially those in Chilani, Hit FM, Julia herself as well, Naima, and the entire cast here at Primal Sports. So, I hear my friends and my co-hosts here talking about this Ballon d'Or, and Messi winning Ballon d'Or. And I'm here to say this Ballon d'Or is a fraud. Gimmicks. I think they need to throw it away. It has no merit, no credit. I don't see nothing in the Ballon d'Or. There's nothing to say. Why are you voting? This is just basically journalists, coaches, teammates voting for somebody. I don't even think Messi voted for himself to win this Ballon d'Or. It's just votes. And it's just public opinion on who they believe should win this trophy. And I'm a Ronaldo fan. And it goes for Ronaldo as well. This is why I said this. When you break down Haaland and Messi's statistics for the 2002-2003 year, real and truly, there's nothing much between them. For club and country, Messi's played around 54 games and he scored 38. So his goal contribution, goal and assist is 63. Haaland played 57 games, club and country, and his goal and assist are his goal ratio, goal and assist come together is 65. So it's not much between them. For club performances though, playing 52 games, 53 for Haaland and scoring 52 goals. It's remarkable. And we have seen game before where Messi has done the same. So the statistical wise, there's not much between them. The only thing that separated them is just the World Cup. And I think the Ballon d'Or was given to Messi out of just pure capping the end of a fairy tale story. That's the only reason why.
And so?
It wasn't deserving. It wasn't deserving for me. I've seen years gone by. I will not use the World Cup as being the thing that gives you the Ballon d'Or. Because if you look at the list of winners, we've seen Pavel Nedved winning the Ballon d'Or.
It wasn't a World Cup year.
It wasn't a World Cup year. But what gave him the World Cup? Because he took Czech to the Euros.
No, he went to Champions League final Juventus.
And win
Serie
A title, and he took Czech. Other persons won it. Other persons won their league. Other persons performed well, statistically wise, and still leading, but Nedved got it. We've seen Cannavaro winning it as a defender in a World Cup year.
Yeah.
We have seen George Weah winning the Ballon d'Or for Liberia. Yeah. Liberia never got to a World Cup.
Yeah.
And he won the Ballon d'Or.
That wasn't a World Cup year.
You're wrong. You didn't win it for Liberia. It wasn't for George Weah.
We have seen the year between 2006 to 2012 when Spanish football was dominating. No Spanish player won the Ballon d'Or.
Yeah, which Spanish player would you give it to?
Iniesta.
Why
the
not
same
Xavi?
World Cup year when Spain won the World Cup
Yeah, why not give it to Xavi?
and won. Any one of them could have won it, but who won it that year?
Anyone, because he's a super team.
Who won it that year? Messi.
Yeah, he's a super team.
And Iniesta and Xavi was a part of that same Barcelona team that won the treble. And Spain won the World Cup with Iniesta scoring the winning goal. And everyone had Iniesta saying Iniesta has to win it.
No,
Iniesta didn't win it. We have seen a year when I think Ronaldo won the Ballon d'Or scoring some 62 goals. Ribéry won the treble with Bayern Munich that same year. Didn't win the Ballon d'Or.
Yeah.
we have seen 2020 when football, during COVID, football was still playing. No Ballon d'Or. The same year when Lewandowski should have been that winner.
I get your point.
No,
What is his point?
no winner.
They use stats for
They
one-
use
one
stats
instance
conveniently.
conveniently.
It's a convenience of statistics.
So what?
No, it has to be consistent. You
there's
can't
no
just get up and decide, so, oh, better get this man.
There's a thing called the eye test. We watch the football.
No.
The best player of the year.
The Ballon d'Or is left up to the
Opinion.
eyes of people.
Yes, opinion.
Opinion of persons.
That's why you want to get rid of it.
Get rid of it.
But how can you put a metric
It
to
don't
it?
make no sense.
Oh, you want to take away human beings? How you going to get rid of that?
It's like
metric?
you're telling me that this is the greatest
gonna-
player for the year of 2000.
You raise a good point,
2003.
though, Froggy.
But yes,
Sorry,
still,
you
this
raise a
is
good
all
point
about.
Spain
this-
here. The Spain here.
Yeah.
Why Iniesta didn't get
There's,
it
no, but there's another.
Why
There's
should
another.
Iniesta-
Hold on.
why should Iniesta get it?
over Xavi?
Over
Yeah.
Messi.
Over Messi?
Because he won the World Cup.
Why not?
He scored the winning goal. He was a
Winning
pivotal
goal.
point of that
winning goal.
Barcelona team. He was a pivotal part of that
Spain.
Spanish team that won the
But there
World
are other
Cup.
pivotal points. That Spanish team was loaded. You could have
So
given
you're
any one
saying
of
this
them.
Argentina team wasn't loaded?
Look,
They played for
loaded with
Messi.
who? Loaded with who?
They,
Messiah.
they played for Messi.
This Argentina team was loaded. This Argentina was loaded.
No, defensively, yeah.
I said,
What?
I'm saying.
What good is defensively? Come
I'm
on,
saying
bro.
it's a fraud. It's a big fraud.
So
I'm
you're-
saying.
they-
Hold on.
they-
It's a year.
If you take out Iniesta, Spain still win the World Cup.
There's a year. There's a
If you
year.
take out Xavi, Spain
Hold
still
on.
win
There's
the
a
Cup.
year when Thierry Henry was robbed at that
You
Ballon d'Or.
take them out of Barca, them still wins. Take out Messi out of any team and you see what happened.
All right.
You take
like
out
I-
Holland, Man City still win. Holland is not the best of the team.
He
Holland is not
doesn't
the
have
best
to
of
be
the
the
team.
best team. Messi is the best at Barcelona.
Messi is the best ever, bro.
Xavi was there, Iniesta was there. They are the best in Spain team. Regardless of what you want, Xavi and Iniesta was the best in that Spanish team.
Yeah.
And they are probably the best within that Barcelona team. Because if it wasn't for Xavi and Iniesta, Messi would not be the Messi that we know. Because those two guys held that midfield.
Made life
Made
easier.
so much easier for Messi. And everybody know that.
Hey,
Sir Alex
nobody
Ferguson
don't
said,
make life easy
Sir
for Messi.
Alex,
Messi make people
Sir
life
Alex
easier.
Ferguson said himself.
Bro,
In that
Messi,
Barcelona team,
you're getting it twisted.
you have to mark
You're
Xavi
getting
and
it
Iniesta. Leave
twisted.
Messi alone.
You're getting it twisted.
If you don't mark those two guys,
You're getting it
basically
twisted.
doomed.
You're getting it twisted.
Alright.
You're getting it. Nobody makes Messi life easier. Messi make
If
people life
Messi
easier.
made everybody's life easier, Argentina would have won more than one World Cup with
The man
Messi.
went to finals and lose. The man lose to a France super team. A 3 World Cup in play.
So this
4.
was the France super team as well?
This France team?
Yeah.
Super team, yeah.
And
So
he
this
won.
France team is not a super team.
Not necessarily. There was no Pogba. There was just a Mbappe.
So you tell me so this France team not
It wasn't
loaded.
a super team. It wasn't a loaded team.
So this France team now have pure big ball, Griezmann
What
and
you call
Giroud
big
and
ball? No. It was a decent team, a team put together, but it wasn't a super team. It wasn't
Well,
a
in
team,
comparison
for
to
example,
teams
the
on-
Argentina team that had Higuain,
oh come on,
Saviola,
you not
Messi.
you not can't. Come on, bro.
The Argentina team that was loaded.
Which Argentina was loaded? Tell
That
me
same
again.
year.
It's 2010.
Yeah.
2014.
2014.
Loaded.
Spain in 2010, Germany in 2014.
Loaded.
Which one is Argentina team? You said
Both
loaded.
2010 and 2014 were loaded teams. Basically
one?
the same team.
Which
Both
who
of them were
loaded on the
loaded.
team? Who loaded on the team? You tell me.
You had Higuain, you had
Higuain come
Saviola,
off for the bench.
you had Aguero, you had Messi.
Aguero injured.
Come on, now.
Aguero injured.
Come on. As I said before, to me, the Ballon d'Or is a fraud. You should get rid of it. And if you're going to be giving somebody,
You're
giving it
asking for them to get rid of it based on the fact that they use that
There's no
conveniently.
conveniently
That's
for
what you're
them.
saying.
Yeah, it's conveniently
So
used.
it's an opinion based.
It's an opinion-based trophy.
No,
Nothing more to it.
Is that on paper?
Have
you're
you
saying
seen
that?
anything in football greater than what Messi did at that World Cup? From you watching football?
Maradona. and
No,
Zafka.
have you ever seen
Anything greater?
you in your lifetime of watching football? Don't tell me about Baka story. Since you're watching football,
R9 coming off an injury and winning the World Cup.
have you seen anything better?
R9, Ronaldo.
Golano
Brazil,
is a
Ronaldo.
Brazil fan.
But
have you
that's it.
seen? Is that greater than what Messi did at the World Cup?
R9? Yeah.
How is it better?
He came back off an injury.
Mhm.
Everybody was doubting him.
Yeah.
And he brought Brazil, I think, record number of goals for that World Cup.
Mhm.
They were 14. And they won the World Cup. Coming off an injury.
Who won that team? Who won that Brazil team?
Rivaldo, Ronaldinho.
You hear the names of people you're calling?
Yeah, it was a loaded team.
Yeah. Mm.
But he still had to do what he
Messi-
had to do.
so you're
He
saying-
contributed 14 goals at World Cup.
No. Don't throw stats out there. We're on primal. You can't just throw. Don't do that. Don't throw
Come on,
stats.
I don't know.
Have you seen what Messi did at World Cup? Have you seen anything greater in football from you are watching?
Not necessarily, no.
No. And you're telling me you do not want to give the man the Ballon d'Or, and you have never seen nothing greater from you are watching football. I am watching football. I'm not seeing the best I've seen Messi, you know.
That's not the best he's seen.
That's not the best Messi I've seen. But what he did at World Cup is the greatest thing I've ever seen since I'm watching football. Carrying Argentina to that World Cup title, being up against France coming back, going to penalties. Netherlands, when he up 2 and the Netherlands scored a late goal. Australia with that goal. Mexico, when Mexico tied them out, losing to Saudi Arabia in the first match. I mean, running Croatia inside out, getting that third goal for the seal match, and turn back on the defender. Defender 14 years ago than him. Big and strong and fast. I can just name pinpoint the amount of magical moments at that World Cup. But even so, to travel that road and to cap it off and win the World Cup is the greatest thing I have seen in football.
You know that, but not even
football is the
won a
greatest
Ballon d'Or.
sport on earth.
It was
And
not even Maradona won a Ballon d'Or.
no, at that time they didn't give. They only awarded to players in Europe. European players. That's why Pele never win any as well.
Yeah.
They changed it to I think 93.
So he wasn't playing in Napoli at the time.
No, you have to be European. You have to be a European.
European player.
A European.
Yeah.
You don't play in Europe. You have to be.
Yeah,
So they
that's
changed the
why
rule.
they had the FIFA award and
Yeah,
everything
they
that
changed
was
it in
for-
93.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's just opinion based, and if it's opinion based, I'm not going to follow it
You're
up.
not going to give much value to it.
No,
Yes,
there's
like the
no
MVP,
value to it.
the
No
MVP
value
for
for
regular
me.
season NBA.
But the Ballon d'Or
No,
seems
man,
to be
it's-
a big thing going on.
I mean-
It's the biggest award in
But then
football,
again,
though.
you know, so if you ask
It's the
Messi,
most
well,
prestigious award.
if you ask Messi,
And
you
for
don't care?
something that is so prestigious, you know,
If you
and
ask
it's
Messi-
just opinion based.
Messi
what's
best
the
private player
value?
say you can keep it. You can keep
What's
it.
the value?
You have a slight point in terms of the stats. You prefer to have a criteria, set a criteria.
Yeah.
This is what we're going by.
Tick all the boxes
Alright,
and
so
away.
you sure they don't
So
have a
Messi had
criteria?
a
no
subpar
criteria.
year. Messi had a subpar year. Name 3 finalists for the Ballon d'Or award in your opinion. Name the top 3. Not to rank them, but you just say, okay, it was one out of these three. So name 3 players. You
You
would
think
say.
it cannot be argued? It's Messi,
So how can you argue the winner then? If the man definitely
Messi,
in the
Haaland,
mix.
and
The man in the
Mbappe.
mix, but
And I
people
can
make it sound
guarantee you,
like-
So you sound like you wanted
Haaland
no, I
didn't
was
win.
thinking Alan should have won it based on his performance
What performance?
throughout the whole entire season. He
Name
was
a
the
big
missing.
moment for Haaland. Name a big
He
moment for Haaland.
was the missing jigsaw
But
puzzle in that
name a
Man
big
City
moment for
team.
Haaland. Name a big moment for Haaland last year.
The mere fact that he scored 52 goals.
No.
52 goals in English for the year.
Mona Prep beat aside 46 love. Haaland scored 44 to 46 and finished the season at 52. Does that mean anything?
No, that's just one match.
This is one match.
Yeah, but this is a
Name
course
Haaland's-
of 52, 53
Name
games.
Haaland's big moment last year.
He would have a big moment.
Name a big
A
moment.
big moment. His entire season is a big moment.
No.
He broke the record for goal scoring
Number of goals scored in the English league.
in
English-
EPL.
EPL.
EPL. Oh,
I think that is the most goals scored.
Messi scored 50 goals in La Liga in one season.
But that's always been La
What him
Liga.
what him do? What they're doing, Messi do and him worse here. What they're competing against is Messi's
But
worse here.
the age at which Messi did what he did and versus what Haaland did.
Right.
Chalk to cheese.
Who for who?
For Haaland.
Who's shark and who's cheese?
Haaland scored 52 goals in 53 games at a younger age than Messi.
Messi have 3 Ballon d'Ors by Alan age.
Come
All
on,
them
now.
is the pan FIFA cover by Chip.
Come on. now.
Messi have 3 Ballon d'Or by their ages.
In a super team.
What super
Super
team?
Barcelona team.
Messi scored 91 goals in a calendar
Once,
year.
yeah, I remember that calendar year. 91 goals.
Yeah. Ronaldo's best goal assist contribution here is Messi's 5th best season.
Not compared to Ronaldo.
And Sierra
But
is a
why
goal
not?
scoring machine. Haaland, how much Alan have? 52 goals for the year?
Yeah, last year.
That is probably 10th on Messi's all-time season.
Yeah, but have you ever done it? No. Who else have done it within the English league?
That is the thing. Football is not only played in England.
I know it's not only played in England.
You
But
play
he has
in
done
others.
it there.
Football is not
And
only played in
I am
England.
guaranteeing you, if the roles were reversed and Messi scored that 52 goals and Haaland won the World Cup, Messi would have still got the Ballon d'Or. Me not ask you. Me
Come
tell
on.
you.
Yeah, come on.
Me not
no.
ask.
No. How you're trying to put a situation that don't involve anything. You're trying to create something that is next to.
If the roles were reversed, I am sure
Sure what?
Messi would have still won that Ballon d'Or.
If what?
Because they would have said,
If he win the
holy
treble,
son.
if he win the treble,
If he won the treble and Haaland won the World Cup, Messi would have still won the Ballon d'Or. I'm not asking, I'm telling you it should happen.
Because he's a quality player, yeah, he's more impactful than the field.
Exactly, there's no criteria. So I don't have the value to it. There's no criteria to the Ballon d'Or, there's no value.
So you're
There's
saying
those
that
boxes to
that's
tick.
what. But the thing is,
if him retire, maybe just give it because he's retired. That's what you're saying?
but even
Very
so,
well present.
what Froggy is saying what the Ballon d'Or should be. They have awards for that. They have UEFA Player of the Year. They have Golden Boot awards. They have other things that they use criteria for, and people get those awards. Hey, get your Golden Boot. You score so much goals. Oh, you're the Golden Boot. Yeah. Hey, but when you have an award to name the best player in the world, just like the NBA MVP, it has to be opinion based. You cannot use a metric. Just like who won MVP last year? Embiid.
Good point.
That's why I don't have the
Who
value
wins
to it.
scoring champion? Why do you win scoring champion? Because you have the best stats. Hey, take the scoring champion.
They
but
have a bunch of writers that
there you
voted
go.
and
Every
This
sport,
person's voting
you're
is an
going to have an
opinion-based Ballon d'Or.
opinion-based award.
Yeah.
And then again, what is opinion? Opinion is human.
They should call
And
it
every human
emotional
has their
door.
different.
I think because
Opinion.
the Ballon d'Or
They
is
should-
so big, I think it's even bigger than even the MVP. I mean,
They should call it the
but
emotional
it is
door.
writers
Who would you give the MVP last year?
I would give it to Messi. I would
No, I
have
mean
given
NBA MVP.
the NBA.
I would give it to Messi too, but go ahead.
No,
Yeah. I would give Messi almost
I
everyone.
would give it to Jokic.
And who got it? Embiid.
Embiid because yeah, whatever.
And then I mean,
He
hey,
got it because they say he was deserving, and it was
Better
the
than
fact
defense.
that they don't want to give Jokic 3 times in a row,
There you go.
back to back to back.
but even so, Embiid was in the conversation. He had a good season.
yeah,
Oh, good.
of course, of course.
But
Some
of course.
people, Giannis was in the runnings until he got an injury.
You know, I don't rate Giannis enough, so.
Luka probably win MVP this year, and Jokic probably cruise and don't win it again.
Yeah. But as I
Just
said,
saying.
is
It's
opinion
opinion
based.
based.
Writers
Yes,
and
it's opinion based.
commentators and whoever.
Yeah,
that's
no,
casting
I have
a
no
vote
value.
for-
Yeah, just vote for somebody.
But
I-
it's a big award, though, you know. That's why we're talking about it. It's a big
Oh,
award.
come on. I mean,
you know?
it's opinion based and people put it up.
And
So
I think you
there you
can
go.
have Ronaldo. How many Ronaldo have?
5.
You're
5.
5.
And he shouldn't have won one.
Shouldn't have won.
The year when Terry Barry.
So you feel like your opinion is always right then?
Is that why not? On this basis, why not?
Just saying.
I am not being biased. Ronaldo should have won one, and Messi should have won 2 of them. There's 2.
I still think Messi should have won.
And even so, Messi didn't win it a year where he had the most goals,
Okay.
and he didn't win it. So there you go. If you put it to every year who have goals,
I will take a-
Messi going to have
the
more
year-
than that team that's
I'd
supposed to
take
have.
one Ballon d'Or from Messi.
That's
And Froggy
Spanish
just
year.
highlighted to
The
me. I
Spain.
would have given Iniesta.
What are the
Or
Messi-
job, that is my point.
So
or
Messi
it's
deserve
a
one
super
less.
team.
One,
Him
I
deserve
think it's
this one,
2.
though.
2 him should get.
Him
There's
deserve
2
this
him
one.
should
And there are 3 years that Messi didn't win it where him
Probably
score a bag
should.
of goals and do a bunch of things and him give it to other players.
But anyway,
Ronaldo.
guys, we have to move on from this topic. But I like when you highlight the fact that Barca was a super team. You know? I like
Barca is always a super team.
That year was a super team, man.
Barca is always a super team.
All right, I see right now some things here, Key.
Yeah, I mean, back to the Jesse Owens point.
Yeah.
Jesse Owens won 4 gold medals in the 1936 Olympics in Berlin,
Yeah. In front of Hitler. Yeah.
in front of Hitler.
Yeah, what
The
happened?
only Olympics him competing. So you're saying longevity. That time
No,
and age.
forget longevity.
You said
I
longevity.
can rubbish that point. I can.
No, I'm just saying.
That's one of my points.
I am just saying.
That's one of my points.
First of all,
Yeah.
I am agreeing.
Yeah.
Bolt is the
I
greatest
know you
Spencer.
agree. You have to agree. Yeah.
I don't have to agree, but
you
I'm
know it's
just
the right
saying.
thing to agree.
Yeah, there you go. But another man's opinion, you have to sit and listen, even if you refute it or don't agree.
No, I sat and listened, and I think it's rubbish. Because
I wouldn't say rubbish, but
Jesse
I mean,
Owens competed. I don't even want to get into the race thing. Jesse Owens competed against people who did not have the gifts of speed. That's all I'm saying. Jesse Owens won the long jump, right?
Yeah, won the long jump, 4x1, 1 and 2.
If you look at the lineup for the long jump, you'll be laughing now.
I'm saying it's 1936, bro.
Listen,
It's 1936.
Listen.
It's a different
he
time.
participated against people that don't have the gift
Yes.
of speed. And that's a big thing, Ken. The competition. Who are
But
you
you were still the
competing with?
fastest man at the time.
Yes, but who are you competing against? Back in those days, the people with speed did not get the opportunity to run. That is my point. So he's competing against whatever, with Germans and whatever. Yeah, you know.
So
the competition.
that means a Pele can't be the greatest thing.
When Arville,
Pele can't be the greatest thing.
came to Jamaica, when Arville came to Jamaica, Arville won something like 8 national championships. You know why? He had a significant advantage. The people in Jamaica never know nothing about topspin. So him come in Jamaica, him come from England, him know everything about topspin. So he was able to win 8 consecutive national champion.
So it took them 8 years to see what a loop is. I'm just retired.
The point is taken, right?
These guys are Peter. You know, so we need a statistician in the background. But these two gentlemen come on and chewing out stats.
No, but
out
he
there.
won 8, and the point is because whatever. I know
Yes.
that he's
Say he won a bunch. Say he won a bunch.
Yes,
he won a
He
bunch.
was Caribbean
Squash
champion. Listen, he had an advantage because we were. I don't want to call us backward, but we didn't have the knowledge and the understanding. So he had a significant advantage. When Jesse Owens competed in that Olympics, he had a big advantage because he's competing with people that don't have the gift. That's my point.
But
He's competing against people that just don't have the gift of speed.
How Jesse Owens reached in the position to go all the way to Germany as a black man?
He's a great
for
man.
Complete,
He was a great man.
For go Olympics. So why not John Brown?
No, he was on the US team. What do you mean he's a great man?
No, what I'm saying, he had no.
Him have to run a good time too.
No,
Him have to beat people coming up from school
But
days
who
come
is he
straight up.
beating? My point is, who is he beating?
But
Only
even
can
so,
beat what is in
it's not
front
a
of you,
matter
you know.
of beating also.
You only can
No.
Forrest Gump.
But even so, track and field is different. It's not like you're going in a ring and fighting against somebody. It's not like somebody is returning the ball back to you. You're basically competing against yourself in track and field. You know?
I think
You know
I
that?
think the Jesse.
You know, so you're basically competing against yourself in track and
People
field.
back in those days that had the gift of speed, you think they got the opportunity?
But it's still.
No, hold on. You think that those people had
And
the
the Jesse Owens fault that, you know.
them still under slavery? You know?
But I'm not just saying fault. Like,
Racism was high. No, it was abolished in terms of paper, in terms of on paper. But we all know that back in those days,
racism. Yeah.
Yes.
So what he did was great.
So that's what I'm saying. He's a great man. What I'm saying in terms of sprinting, you cannot compare what he accomplished to both.
And even so,
It's nowhere close.
Even so,
because who he competed against.
read about the statement. Read about the statement what Michael Jackson said. What did Michael Jackson say?
You tell me.
Yeah.
I
Whatever
just-
he's saying that Jesse Owens is a greater sprinter than Usain Bolt. You know the key word in that statement?
Yeah.
Greater. What is greatness? Define greatness. Is he a better sprinter? We kind of understand that more. No, he's not. But what is greatness? What is greatness?
What is great?
Yeah, what makes somebody the greatest
I
or
think-
greater? What makes me greater than you? You yes.
think the achievements, straight
That
achievements.
again is opinion based.
It's straight achievements.
I believe that Michael Johnson outsmart the crowd. Michael Johnson, if we are to name the 3 greatest athletes of all time, he's not in the conversation. So by saying him, Bolt, and Jesse Owens are the 3, and it's just a question.
Carl Lewis, what are you trying to say? That Carl Lewis
I'm saying that Michael Johnson.
is that top 3?
No, he's not top 3. He's top 30, but not top 3. Not top 3.
Who you put in front of him?
I put Carl Lewis in front of
And
him.
who else?
I put Valerie Barzov, Peter Menea, Alan Wells. I put all these people ahead of him. I put
Edwin
Donald
Moses.
Quarry. I put Donald Quarry ahead of him. I put Edwin Moses ahead of him.
You have an argument for
forgive me.
Edwin,
I have another 30. I have another 30 to come. So don't test me.
And that again is opinion.
Michael Johnson is a great sprinter, but he's not top 3. That's all my point. Yes, I said here by talking about Bolt himself and Jesse Owens. He's getting himself in the top 3. You know, see what the man do?
No, in top 3, man.
He's not top 3.
So you rate
For
Carl
have
Lewis.
200
You
meter
put Carl
record
Lewis.
and 400 meter record at the same time and win gold medal in both of them, 2 and 4. Show me somebody that do that.
It's commendable.
No, it's
So
way
you
more than
You
commendable.
put Carl Lewis over
No.
MJ?
I put Donald Quarry over my.
No.
Yes, sir.
You have to double. You have to double and you have to win.
All right, Peter. and
No,
let's start with the
madness,
system.
madness, Peter, madness. And even so, to have the world record in both events,
Yeah.
and not even said the world record close, the second fastest time closest to that
Why is-
record, is far, 43.18 and 1932 was, if I never for Bolt, we still
Still
attack
attack,
about them
but-
thing then.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
43,
Why me
1,
to say
8,
Jesse
and
Owens
19.
greater? Why? Why him say Jesse Owens?
Because the man going
why?
to Germany and the
yeah.
man mash up Hitler and him.
That's that. I was going right to that. I remind me of what you said about Muhammad Ali. The whole civil, when do outside of the boxing ring.
But him win though. Him win four gold medal and 1 Olympics.
What? The fact that
And 1 Olympics him got him win 4 medal.
no.
But their thing is who him competing against.
Yeah.
Hey, I can't tell him who the man I compete against. But even so, the man on 10-1.
No. I understand.
Man on 10-1.
I understand what you were
You know what
saying.
people can't
I
still
think
run
it's what
10-1?
it's merely what Jesse Owens did in Germany, and not just. It's not really the sprinting. It's just the mere fact.
No,
that
sprinting too, man.
in front of-
No, sprinting too.
him fast. We know that. But the mere
And-
fact
and
that you
a-
as a
and a
black
pop-
man go in front of Hitler
and
and
a
do what you
pop-
do, I think that
Deal
is
and a
the
10-7 the
focal.
man running now. And a 10-7 the man
No,
running.
it's not in an argument.
19, well.
He's not. Bolt is a cut above.
No,
everybody.
yes, but me just say, all right,
Bolt is a
hold
cut.
on. All right, then Bolt is the greatest. We all agree on
There's
that.
no
Who is it?
argument.
Who is the second greatest
Who's the second greatest sprinter?
of all time?
Sheldon Fraser.
Male.
Male.
Oh, we're cutting it down now. Give us males.
Because
No, we're touching on the males.
I think Shelley is one of the greatest female athletes of all
Greatest
time.
athlete.
One of, and I'm talking sprinting and
Flo
track
Jo-
and
Athlete
Flo Jo-
overall.
sorry, Flo
But
Jo is the
male.
greatest female athlete of all time.
male. In
Flo
terms,
Jo. Yes?
in terms of male, it might very
Flo
well
Jo's
be
not a
Jesse.
male. I'm saying
Might
Flo Jo.
well-
It's not, there you go. So that just,
A matter of fact, I'd have put,
Do you know what
I'd
listen
put
to that?
Michael Johnson over Jesse Owens.
nah.
Will you put Michael Johnson above Flo Jo?
Yes,
Michael Johnson above Flojo?
yes.
Yes.
Peter, you know my take on Flojo already, you know. I have no respect for those records. I have no respect for those records.
We're not talking about the
You
records.
never hear Conte a while ago. He has no respect for both records either.
No, it's legal. In my opinion,
So
it's
is
legal.
Flo Jo's.
No,
We
no,
don't
I
know
don't know.
about Flojo.
No.
Flojo record legal.
Flo Jo's records are legal.
19 in the 1980s.
So when
Everything
Sher-
is questionable.
So when
in the
Shaker
90s.
Jackson break the record, you're gonna be like, okay, we accept Flojo record now. When a Jamaican break it,
She's trying to break it.
No, I,
yeah.
If it exists, why should she try to break it?
I don't put Flojo in the argument. I don't put
But
him in
he's
the
back to what
argument.
I'm saying. Male sprinting all time. Where do you put Jesse Owens?
Jesse Owens is up there. I give
After
him
Bolt is
respect.
Jesse Owens.
No, I put Michael Johnson before Jesse. I don't care about the after field stuff. I
4 gold medals.
Yeah, man. I
4
put my-
gold medals, 1 Olympics.
Yeah, man. In long jump
but
and in competing
that
against
would-
whoever I'm
Don't talk about
competing.
that.
I'm just saying, it's just for me, it's a competition. Who you competing against? That's my problem. I believe if it was in a time now where people are allowed to compete freely, you know, regardless of the color of your skin, then you'll have an argument there. But we know that in those times, it's just certain type of people could have run or participated. It was changing, but it didn't fully change over in those times. So
There you go,
put an
pioneer.
asterisk beside.
Pioneer, groundbreaking. Hey, somebody do it, and him do it in a remarkable time, and him do it in an environment is hostile. I mean,
It's wartime, you know. But then again, it's not hostile to them. They're used to war. It's wartime. Those times are wartime.
What?
They're used to it.
you used to it.
Of course they
To leave
used to
USA and go Germany where they might kill
No,
people.
but they were killing people in America.
Yes.
People like him.
But you
Yeah.
you leave a yard for man for go kill you abroad.
No, I'm just saying.
For
I'm
go
just
running
saying
that
that whole time, that whole decade, or that whole time in history, it was wartime. It was always war. Pearl Harbor, everything. It was wartime.
There
So
wasn't any war going on in that Olympics.
No,
I'm not saying
the
that
period.
generally. It was just
Him only
war.
competed in 1 Olympics 1936.
That was before World War II.
Yeah.
There's no war going on.
Peter,
Yeah, but why never
Peter, what you
Olympics
said
keep
about boats-
1940?
What you said about boats earlier, when Kane was saying that it's just 8 years, he said it had to start before, yes?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It had to start before. Guys,
Yeah,
guys,
come.
what have anything else you want to touch
Yeah,
on really
before
quick,
we leave,
wrap up game?
KC
Anything?
Mona 1-1.
1-1?
Full
Panam
time.
Games, Jalil Hile winning the goal in the 400-meter hurdles.
These Panam
We see if we
games.
The track
Track and field Panam
track
games.
still are going.
Our
World Cup
tracks is
cricket.
stronger than Panam tracks.
Yeah.
Cricket fans out there, World Cup cricket is still going on, even though West Indies is not there. India and South Africa through to the semi-finals. We still have Australia, Pakistan.
The big guys.
No, not really big guys. Afghanistan is battling for the last two.
Afghanistan.
Afghanistan.
Yeah.
Semi-finals.
Yeah.
Two in the semi-finals. We have two more places.
Afghanistan is in the semi-finals.
They are battling.
Battling to reach the semis, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
They have beaten Sri Lanka, England, and Pakistan.
England, you know.
So I'm telling
Bang,
you.
bang.
No, but even said the whole of that of the subcontinent.
Netherlands
They're the
yesterday.
neighbor. I don't see why Afghanistan not playing good cricket.
Yeah.
You're not surprised. Afghanistan right beside all of them.
Coming out of war. What are you talking about?
You go back to the war thing. They said there was no war. So that's what I said.
Yeah. But
So,
yeah, go
big
finish
thing
finish
for the World Cup cricket. So we'll tune in for that tomorrow to see what's going to unfold. Formula One people, Verstappen again. The race done.
One horse.
The race done. So we're looking forward to next
Verstappen.
year.
Formula One. What is happening to Lewis? And just done it, but the whole Mercedes not.
Mercedes
the cars and-
The car is just-
3 years. They have to abandon and start a new program. So that's why Formula One has lost all interest. Trust me.
Yeah, because without Hamilton and the battle between Max and
Verstappen.
Hamilton, that's what the
think
rivalry
it's-
is
Maybe
driving.
Max too soon and he just killed what would have been a great year.
Netflix.
Alright. Hey, time is flying when sport can talk sports all day
Oh.
and all week.
That boxing, November 11th, Roderick in Jamaica.
Yes, next week.
Stay the beast.
Rumble in the sun.
Yeah.
Against,
Tony.
James Tony.
James Tony.
Yeah.
In the stadium?
Rumble in the sun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Rumble in the sun.
Rumble in the sun.
You never knew?
Yeah, 2 weeks ago. Yeah. Rumbling. I ain't gonna be rumbling in no sun. But hey,
Interesting.
but hey,
That's good. Two veterans, right?
two dinosaurs.
Yeah. Dinosaurs, you call them.
Two dinosaurs.
Almost past.
Two,
He's playing over 15 sports.
two dinosaurs. Two dinosaurs up there.
All
Right.
people, we know we come to the end of another exciting
Episode, yeah.
Sports Center.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I want to thank all the listeners out there on Fit FM 96.7. The primal family, I should say, Facebook, YouTube, the World Wide Web.
yeah.
I'm your host, Dale,
And I'm Kane the Schwab Watson.
And I'm O'Neill Froggy Golson.
and Peter in the background. So until next week, people, have a good evening.
Yeah, up next is Lion Core. Stay tuned.